capabilities and infrastructure to detect terrorist incidences before they happen. We have greatly improved our intelligence and surveillance capabilities to ensure that Ugandans and our visitors who come here are safe. The ADF terrorists who killed the 2 tourists from UK and South Africa, plus the Ugandan tour guide, were killed. But 3 of these are unaccounted for. In Jovu, their commander was captured, and 5 others, including Kamusu, the number 2 to Njovu, were killed. That group was of 10 people. The bigger groups who are in Congo, we are attacking them almost every day by long-range means and also on the ground in Congo. We are decimating them. They will be finished. That's why when I was in Rwaktura, I invited them to get out of the bush. That's their opportunity. Otherwise, they would all perish. On the economy, despite the effects of climate change on agriculture and our infrastructure by the floods, the conflict in Eastern Europe, which led to a rise in the prices of some strategic commodities such as oil, the recent rise in interest rates globally, which made access to capital very expensive, in spite of all that, the economy has continued to expand. The economy grew to Uganda shillings 184.89 trillion, which is US dollars 49.5 billion in financial year 2022-2023, up from shillings 162,000 billion, which was $45.6 billion registered in financial year 2021-2022. In purchasing power terms, the size of the economy is now 114 billion, and the per capita of GDP of US dollars 2,281. In real terms, the economy grew by 5.2% in the financial year 22-2023, better than 4.6% registered in financial year 2021-2022. This expansion was a result of good performance of most sectors of the economy, with services growing at 6.2%, especially in trade, tourism, education, ICT, arts and entertainment, agriculture 4.8%, with food crops growing at 7.7% from 3.5%, livestock growing at 8.8% from previously 8.3%, and fish activities growing at 8.6% from a very low level of 0.3% in the financial year 2022-2023 and financial year 2021-2022 respectively. The growth in industry was 3.5%, a bit slower than the 5.1% recorded in the same period the previous year. Uganda's economic outlook is very optimistic. This is mainly because of the consistent support to the private sector through supportive policies that create a business-friendly environment, then infrastructure, investments in infrastructure like in energy, transport and ICT, enhanced access to credit through the parish development model, small business recovery fund, emyoga, agriculture credit facility, loans of UDB, and supports by UDC, as well as the swift and comprehensive response to the impact of the previous health crisis and the regional geopolitical security issues. In spite of all those, the economy is growing because of the reasons I have given here. The money we put in all these areas, the UDB money, the MIOGA, the PDM, all that help the economy to grow. The size of the economy will grow from shillings 184 trillion in this financial year, the financial year of 2022-2023, to Uganda shillings 204 trillion, which will be $55 billion by the end of this financial year, 2023, 2024, and then leap to Uganda shillings 225 trillion in the next financial year of 2024-2025, which would be equivalent to 60 United States dollars, 60 billion. This growth will be driven by higher output in the services, industry, and agriculture sectors of the economy. The recovery in aggregate demand as inflation slows down, the continued implementation of the parish development model, expediting investments in oil and gas, continued recovery in tourism, growth in regional trade, including in the EAC, COMESA, and globally, all these will contribute to the surge forward of the economy. Other growth initiatives will include the government's consistent investments in the establishment and operationalization of industrial parks, then infrastructure development, including expanding and maintenance of roads, bridges, the railway, investments in research and innovation, and affordable electricity. The implementation of the intervention to accelerate economic growth through productivity improvements and value addition to our abundant raw materials is in the anchor sectors of the agro-industrialization, oil and gas, mineral development, tourism, and knowledge economy development will shift the economic growth path to a level of 8% per annum on average over the medium term. Here is the point is that the economy for the last 37 years has been growing at a rate of 6.2% per annum GDP, the growth rate and this has been mainly in quantitative growth. Grow more coffee, grow more tea, have more cotton. That's why the economy has been growing well, 6.2%. But now, what we are talking about is qualitative It's not just the raw materials, now adding value to the raw materials. If you transform all the cotton into textiles, then you add value to the coffee, and that's why I want to warn those people who have been campaigning our coffee value addition efforts. I need to warn them. They must stop. We know who they are and who are behind them. They want us to continue exporting raw materials. They want us to continue exporting unprocessed coffee. They want us to keep on importing dead people's clothes from outside instead of developing our textile industry. Even some people have been fighting our refinery. They don't want us to build a refinery. They want us to continue importing, they want us to export crude, and then we import finished products. This one will not happen. And I need to warn those who are involved because we are going to move on them. The campaigning, anybody who tries to help us add value, pretending to, they are agents of imperialism. So the economy will shift from growing at the rate of 6.2% to growing at the rate of 8% because it is both quantitative growth and qualitative transformation. Let me repeat that section. The implementation of the interventions to accelerate economic growth through productivity improvements and value addition to our abundant raw materials in the anchor sectors of agro-industrialization, oil and gas, mineral development, tourism, and knowledge economy development will shift the economic growth path to a level of 8% per annum on average over the medium term. This is what I was explaining. Not just growing more coffee, growing more, having more cows. No. It is because those are all raw materials. If I export unprocessed coffee, I get $2.5 for the very good coffee per kilo, what they call screen 18. But if I add value to that kilo, I get $40. This is what these people don't want us to do. They want us to continue exporting unprocessed coffee to be roasted in Italy, in I don't know where. Those people get all the money, get all the jobs, and for us we continue getting this the residue at the bottom. This is not acceptable. And the agents are very active, agents of the imperialists. Mao Zedong called them comprador bourgeoisie, agent bourgeoisie. This will increase the pace of our socio-economic transformation and building an independent, integrated, and self-sustaining economy, as was enunciated in the point number 5 of the 10 points program of the NRM. The general increase in the prices of goods and services in the country, called inflation, slowed down from a peak of 10.7% in October 2022 to 2.6% in November 2023. This is expected to remain within the policy target of 5 cents or 5% over the medium term, supported by increased agricultural production, the increase in the supply of locally manufactured goods, increased exports, which increase the supply of foreign currency in the economy, increased efficiency in economic activities due to increasing integration of new technologies, including ICT capabilities in our manufacturing and other businesses. Merchandise exports of goods increased significantly, growing by 54.9%.